Okay, welcome back, everyone. This is Erik Malkavian, and I am among the pillars of eternity. Let's continue. Okay, Pellegrino. I'll see you soon.
Corres.
Corres. Welcome. Okay, my friend. Let's get you outfitted. Deflection. We need a ring of deflection for. Yes, we do. Well, yes. Yes, dear, I do not want you fighting. I don't want you fighting. Good lore. 7. Be nice if you had just a little bit more learning, my friend. Yeah. Okay, you can use those. That's a good start. That's a good start. Alof has Lord 11, 9, 3, 12, 7. Really need to improve your lore skills, my dear. Yes, we do. Let's see. Survival. Paralyze. That's a lore requirement of 8. Oh, I did want to give you. Let's see. Let's see about upgrading this. It's holy power. You know what? Your accuracy is 59. Oops. Oh no. No, I saw that arbalist. No. Oh, we'll have to go get that. It's not what I intended to sell. That is not what I intended to sell. Alright. Got to get ready to be attacked. Yep. Oh, you son of a gun. The living hell out of you for that. You little son of a gun. You'll die for that. You'll die for that. You'll die for that. You'll die for that, you little fool. You'll die for that, you little fool.
My mind feels sharp as steel.
You little fool.
Keeping an eye out.
They keep saying he's paid off fools.
And what does the flame reveal? As you wish.
Keep saying these paid off fools, the dominoes paid off. As if I won't slaughter the whole lot. They continue to trouble me. I had to slaughter the entire populace, nearly. You're very much welcome here, my dear. And up the stairs we go. I've never been to these rooms. What's here? Just an agent. Yeah. Obviously, I'm not gonna steal from there. What's on this table? Malkavian's benediction. Yeah. One person interested in that is Durge. Before we see the lady of the house. Hello. There are no secrets in Defiance Bay, not while we're around. Shoot. That's some money. Guys, always keep your copper and bookshelves. So, Lady Webb, I have my invitation.
How fares your search?
First of all, if I'm going to do this for you, I think it's time you told me everything you know about Theos.
I've told you everything you need to know.
But not everything.
It's only right that you know everything. When I was younger, before Dunreed Row, I had many suitors. These were fine-looking men of good stock, but I could see their thoughts, and they were unimpressive. Boys' thoughts. I toyed with their affections. I resented all of them. And then I met a man whose mind was a mystery to me. But he understood me. He knew me at a glance, told me things I didn't know about myself. He was neither handsome nor charming, but he was all I ever wanted.
You're talking about Theos.
We made a game of my gift. He would ask me about people, and I would tell him what they were thinking. Sometimes the information was very sensitive. And then one day he asked me if I trusted him. I said I did. Next I knew I was donning a silver mask and swearing oaths to Woodica.
So do I.
Using my gift for the leaden key still felt like a game to me, so I did it. I did it because it pleased him.
Of course, it didn't last.
I don't like living in the dark. It's a powerless, hopeless feeling. Every day I did things without knowing their purpose. Every day I loved a man without knowing his thoughts of me. I sensed that there were things he wanted to tell me. I sensed that he knew everything the leaden key was created to hide. But Theos was unyielding.
Yes. 2,000 years will do that for you.
One day I disappeared without a word. He would kill me for it, and I knew that. It's their rule. I just wanted to see him plunge the knife, because then I would know. But the day never came. He has left me to wonder. I have devoted my years to learning everything I could about him, in hopes I would find some clue as to who he really was, and why he felt he had to keep his secrets locked away. I have precious little to show for it. Just an old woman nagged by old thoughts. And that is truly everything I can tell you about Theos. I hope you will accept this embarrassing story as a show of my good faith.
How do you know that I seek Theos?
Because you have seen his face, and that makes it a simple matter for me to see it.
Of course.
You even happened to catch him in his ceremonial garb, it seems. It must have been a special occasion.
Okay. What else is there to know about the leaden key?
Precious little, I'm afraid. You may know much of it already. No one member knows the identity of more than a handful of other members. They are kept in the dark of missions they are not involved in, or sometimes of those they are involved in. They exist to hide secrets they themselves don't know, if you can imagine how gullible someone must be for that to appeal.
Secrets that they... Yeah, that's very dangerous. Could be handing over
Despite that, they are very good at what they do, owing much to their founder, who will take matters into his own hands when necessary, and he does not fail.
And what else can you... Tell me again what else you know about Theos.
More than most, though very few would know so much as his name. And there is no way of knowing how much of what I've read is true.
Okay.
The leaden key dates back more than 2,000 years. If rumors are to be believed, Theos was the one who created it. What scraps of evidence exist suggest that he has died many times, only to be reborn each time exactly the same man, awakened during adolescence with all the knowledge and experience of all his lifetimes. The plots he orchestrates sometimes take hundreds of years to bear fruit. Needless to say, this is not the natural order of things. But he is said to be one of Whitaker's favored, and that old bat was never one to let rules get in the way of favoritism. That may also explain another supposed gift of his. His body is no boundary to his soul, and he is known to take possession of others, if their souls are weak enough. Often it is for elaborate deceptions, but sometimes he simply forces them to kill themselves. He is not known for his generous supply of pity. He is also not one to show himself in any but their most critical matters. If he has directly involved himself in whatever the group plots now, it may be your only chance to find him. And once you do find him, if you can find him, I would not hold my hopes too high if I were you. He is a driven, single-minded man. He will not have the slightest concern for your problems.
How do you know so much about him again?
The same way I come by all my knowledge. Exhaustive research, spying, bribery, perhaps some less savory measures.
Animancy.
Whatever the knowledge demands, I pay in full. There is nothing of greater value. Unfortunately, with Theos, there is also nothing more scarce. He has covered his tracks far too well. His manipulations of the course of history are lost to time now, though I believe they were many.
I want to discuss the Animancy hearing at the palace.
What of them?
The dozens have accepted me as their delegate.
Of all the groups, it is the dozens that the Duke fears most. If you have their ear, you will most certainly have Avar's. You need waste no more time here. Get to the palace. Make your case to the Duke. With him on our side, all of Deerwood can be mobilized against the Leaden Key, and Theos can be rooted out. I only wish I could be there to see it. There is a very old bottle of a very good brandy that I have been saving for a special day. If you hurry back afterward, there may be a little left for you. Off with you. You're going to do very well in there.
That sounds like it might be your epitaph. Be careful. Got some other questions.
Yes?
Be careful. Theos is not going to take this lying down, and I believe you know that. The dagger's coming for you. The knife that you've been waiting for. Yes. And dreading. I suspect Theos is either here or he's coming for you. He's coming like a hound from hell.
Dark places.
After these Animancy hearings, I'm raising House Domino to the ground. They're leeches on the city, and I'm raising them to the ground. I see that generation of crafting ingredients. Kind of harvest it as I complete my quests. Good to know. here. Stones of this ancient tower have been blackened by centuries-old fires. Surrounded by patches of wildfires, it looks like a memorial temple of wood again. We should go back to Heritage Hill to see how everything is. Check the journal tab. It's a rare thing for us to stay any length of time anywhere. I pass through town, moving on when it suits us. The open road is the closest thing I've known to home. While our priest called himself Durns. He's Kenua met Rotai, a scholar named Kana. Rua. Well, we found the text, but it was all crumbled. Palangia. We journey. Where's Keep? Wow. Let's start from the beginning. Okay. That's the machine began to spin. We know why now, because it was activated and created a bioact. Feel the veil. Try to sleep, is restless. See vision. Explore the dungeon. Managed to succeed in that quest. Heritage Hill. Free the souls at Tierra Norland. Stubborn by Lady Webb. Diamond Road. Adeos Ix Arcana. Possessing and patient. You seem to be using it to ruin the career of a man who once was there with the most prominent animancers. A man who had been working on a cure for Wade Wynn's legacy. Man wasn't interested in helping you with your awakening, at least not voluntarily, yes. Made hasty exit from the sanitarium, sending his soul from body to body and left you to clean up the mess. So that's the outcome there. Yeah, found the tablet only to learn it's long since been destroyed. A strange connection whom instinctively thinks of as the grieving mother. She joined us in Deerford. I haven't seen anyone else take notice of her since. We learned about Eder's brother, Woden, how he fought for Ray Sirius in the Saints' War after meeting Woden himself. Eder came to realize that he may never know why his brother chose to support Woden. Because I just couldn't find out. In Caliban Rilag, we discovered more ashen bodies as they activated the machine there. Right, and it became clear that the machines played a role in Widewind's legacy. In fact, they're what's causing it. We stalwart when finally under attack, right, and half destroyed by a mob of. We helped town folks defeat them, but damage was severe. Yes, it was. Drats. I think I should have gotten up there earlier, but I didn't know how to. I'm gonna go tell me about Durgan's battery. It's a powerful force. It would in the past. We encountered the ancient and powerful dragon. Killed it. Yes. The climax. The climax of this adventure. We defeated the master below. With everything that we've seen, I was able to convince Lady Webb that Lenke was behind Wadewynn's legacy. Indeed. That their plot involved the Animancers taking the blame for it, right? They tricked them, poor fools. She advised you to seek out Duke Avar Wolfgren, who's currently holding hearings. While we listened to your case, provided you're able to secure an invite, which we did. Okay. Visions. Years old, a young missionary. See vision of time and place. You're walking in a grand chamber towards a giant machine. A man standing in front of it. You want to ask him something, but what it wasn't clear. Right, he was in front of one of those machines. I think Guathian machines. You know, you saw the man from your vision and projection of a past life according to the mirror wall. Man spoke to you as Nasteos, young missionary for Wartica. That's who we were. Told him that I only recently taken up residence in a city called Cretium. Explained why you had come to join his order. Then he asked you to take an oath. Took the oath. Third vision of the man, Theos, you've been searching for seems to come some time after the last one you saw. You're attempting to leave. Yeah, the missionary order for Wardica. Explained to him that you had seen the heathens do unspeakable things that you no longer wish to be confronted with such horrors. About your feelings, man, persuade you not to leave. Lift a great burden from you in the process. Strange. Feliska's dead. Inside, kill that worthless liars. Valiant trader belt. +2. Dex. Okay. Don't need it. Great notes. Alright. See if the page has anything new to say. Sidley. No. We have all the news that we need. Place has been reserved for you on the balcony, Evlar. Go to the upper floor. Okay. Go to the upper floor. I assume this way in from up here. We received word from when you will be taking Evlar. Balcony has been opened for you. Good to know. Alright. So the Lord of Cadenua has to sit in the balcony. This is absurd. Absurd. Duke Avar Wolfgren. Room below is animated amidst the heated debate. All the representative groups are easily discerned in the crowd. Crucible knights, stiff in their noisy armor, sit in one section. In another are well-dressed members of House Domino, casual, watching with a predator's interest. Still everywhere are the ramshackle dozens who haven't made any special effort to dress up for the liege lord. Interspersed are animancers in academic robes with expressions of either sour or concerned.
Well then, answer me this, Master Barash. If you animancers represent our best hope to cure the legacy, what progress can you demonstrate?
As I've said, it isn't about progress, it's about potential.
My house would agree, Your Grace. We see great potential in its future.
And I suppose your blazing profits during the legacy don't have nothing to do with that, do they, Dominel? You can't have it both ways no more! Animancy goes, or this country goes!
So you admit, Master Barask, that Animancy is no closer to stopping the legacy than it ever was.
No, we've had many promising experiments. Cadman Azo has shown...
Cadman Azo murdered a child. For a complete failure. We should be hanging him right now for what he done. The dozens won't stand for it.
There is no need. Master Azo recently passed the Shroud. And while the experiment failed, his work...
His work was sabotaged.
Ah, our new delegate from the dozens. What makes you say sabotage?
I've met a false patient in Brackenberry Sanitarium who had tampered with Azo's machinery. I met a false patient? Is that what I really want to say? I'm not going to do that.
The fuck's that even matter? These are people who would toy with the lives of our children.
Indeed. Even assuming there was sabotage, is this Animancer Azo not still accountable here?
Those who know me around here know me to be fair in judgment. Cadman Azo should be held guilty. Alof whispers to Grid. After the farce we saw at the sanitarium, I couldn't agree more. You know it, buddy.
Exactly! Look at what happened in Heritage Hill. Our supposed protectors from Crucible Keep can't even clean up the messes Animancy leaves!
Your Grace, we'd have a much easier time of it if our knights weren't so occupied trying to keep their organization from igniting a revolution on our very doorstep.
Heritage Hill is blood on your hands, Justicia! You turn a blind eye, and look what happens!
I've been to Heritage Hill since the quarantine. Though the knights were not able to control the damage, it was not Animancy, but an ancient machine that caused it.
You've some strange taste in travels, friend. The height of your tales expands with every breath.
Look me in the eye and tell me I'm a liar, Your Grace.
I cannot. Not without risk of making a liar of myself.
Thank you.
Tell us what you saw in Heritage Hill.
Tyr Noweth houses an Engwathian machine that holds dominion over the flow of souls. It was this machine that made the district undead. Do you think that was the machine's purpose? Indeed it was, Ken. Or just a dire side effect. But then, why would the Iguatians build such a machine? Who knows? It's like that lady said. It could be an experiment. Sorry, Your Grace.
Even if it is as you say, we have testimony that a group of animancers had been spending time there. Surely their tinkering had something to do with this.
They followed ambition blindly, taking few precautions and allowing personal feelings to get in the way of solving the problem.
But the very purpose of these experiments is to understand. So these dangerous things can be used responsibly.
You're crazy.
This is what it comes down to, Your Grace. Whatever their intentions, Animancy's a pox. It makes a fucking wreck of everything.
Language.
We all know what Widewind's legacy's really about. And it ain't about some sparkling saint from Creed Ceres who's mad because he took a stroll down the wrong bridge.
Ha! Wrong bridge indeed.
It's about a bunch of so-called intellectuals fucking with the natural order while the rest of us gotta suffer for it.
Is it, though? Should we not take the time to reach a clear conclusion? I mean, what proof do we have?
My son and daughter are buried beneath the floor of my house. We don't own no land, so that's where we lay them. My son, my wife let him slip when she was bathing him. Got water in his lungs, he couldn't cough up. My daughter, we put her to bed one night, and the next morning she wasn't breathing. This Hollowborn thing, it ain't ending. And it ain't ending because we still let these charlatans play God. There's your proof, you damn copper fucker!
Language.
Enough, Erik. Lady Dominel makes a point. If it's animancy, then why do the other states that permit the practice not suffer the same fate? Who among us can say he truly understands why the legacy has taken hold here?
The grieving mother reaches your mind with hers. Bring order to the chaos here. That's my girl. I can. The crowd begins to mutter a sound, taking a doubtful character. Right idea, Watcher. Taking this hearing by the curly ones. Don't waste your chance. Widewind's legacy is the creation of the leaden key. Caedmon Azo's downfall was their work, as was the tower in Heritage Hill. They want you to do this. They want Animancy to fall and fail. I've seen them in the ruins of Irglafent, operating machines that disrupt and direct the flow of souls near towns like Gilded Vale and Deerfor, where the legacy is universal. As a watcher, I have heard their dead confess their plot. They are stealing the souls of the unborn.
Beasts. Another lunatic at the hearing. Did you remember to lock your sanitarium before you left, Master Barask?
You shame your order by dismissing the truth before hearing me, madame. I expected better from a Knight of the Crucible.
You must know, friend, that the leaden key is a mantle for small-time ruffians and children at play. I'm not saying you're a liar. Not yet. But you'd better start making sense of all this. Help us believe you.
We all want the same thing here. We want Wadewynn's legacy to end. If we work together instead of arguing, we can stop the people who are doing this. You speak truth, Watcher. Unfortunately, I fear it falls on deaf ears in this place. You might be right, my friend. I hope not.
No self-respecting member of the Dozens is gonna let these Animancers keep casting their black magics in the same districts where there's children being born!
I swear to you that no Animancer has anything to do with your children's tragic fate. The legacy continues until we stop the right people.
I don't know about all of this.
You've made an unexpected case, friend. I'll say that much. It seems we have a new possibility to consider, at the very least. How was it you came to learn all this?
How is it? Crap. I took a personal interest in and tried to learn what I could.
Indeed. This land is foreign to you, unless I miss my guess. Your efforts on its behalf are to be commended. But these hearings are about more than Wadewynn's legacy, even though that is our most pressing concern. Let's say for the moment that I were to take you at your word that our friends in Brackenbury Sanitarium and their peers bear no responsibility for this curse upon my country. I'm curious, what would you do if you were in my position?
It's just complete. In truth, I'm not completely confident Animancy doesn't have something to do with Wadewynn's legacy. It would be wise to ban the practice, at least for now. Elf gives you a small nod. Well said. Thank you, my friend.
Very well. That is all I wish to hear. Not just from you, but from everyone. Many days we've been at this. It is time we put it to rest. I want to thank the delegations for helping me to collect my thoughts. In particular, I want to thank our new delegate, who has given me much to think about, and who alerted me to a new enemy I had failed to see. The time has come to choose a direction for the Deerwood. I am ready to make my pronouncement. Ramir de Barash, representing the interests of Animancers in Deerwood, step forward.
Your Grace.
Regardless of its effects on the legacy, these hearings have made it clear that Animancy is a scourge in its own right.
Forgive me, Your Grace. We will accept no judgment but our own.
What's he doing? No! Avenge the dude!
No, wait!
Stop this at once!
I've given you every chance to end this pursuit. Shall I end it for you? Another time. I am already late.
Oh, crap. The words, "Shall I end it for you?" ring in your ears. You find yourself gasping for breath, struggling to keep your own balance. You drop to a knee and watch as Theos hurries out the building. The world dims around you. The screams and the clashing of weapons fading to silence. All that remains are the words. Damn him.
Shall I end it for you?
Theo stands at a pulpit high above the assembly of robed onlookers. You among them, clustered around a wide, circular pit carved of stone. He addresses a woman bound backward over a large iron wheel overlooking the great stone maw. Many of the woman's fingers and toes are severed, and the bottoms of her feet are charred black. The skin on one side of her face looks like a melted candle wax, black and red and seeping. And the angle of her back suggests a spine in ruins. Yet for all that, her expression betrays little of her anguish.
I am already at peace, Grand Inquisitor. Are you?
She's an elf.
So be it. If you desire no end, you shall have none. I find you guilty of heresy. May the eternal prison bar your soul from passage, for it is beyond redemption.
I was granted dominion of the sleepers. He nods at a hooded attendant who begins untying her from the wheel. So this is supposed to be symbolic that soul is on the wheel, but he's supposedly supposed to be breaking her from it. I see, Theos, that's wickedness. You open your eyes to the beamed ceiling of the Palace of Grand Entry Hall, right? The clang of metal striking metal waits in from outside alongside the cries of the injured as you stagger to feet. Theos is gone. Of course he's gone. Alof hovers over you, worry etched on his face. Evlar, we've got to get out of here fast. His eyes dart to the hall. Off to one side, you can hear the clinking rustle of chainmail. And you look over to see a wounded guard slumped against the wall. He's trying to say something, seemingly directed at you, but at first it's too faint to hear. He gathers his breath, manages to rap out a few words. Lady Webb. She's the only... She must be told. She'll know what to do. She's probably dead, my friend. Please, find her. Tell her everything. Guard passes out and slides to the floor. Still. I'm afraid Lady Webb is probably dead. I guess in Texas, too. Let's get out of here. Okay. Well, let's continue. Madness. Animancers. Sidley, don't go out there. There's rioting in the street. I have to go out there. Animancers? See if we're attacked. Stand down. We don't want to fight you. There's rioting in the streets. 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 I should have went and seen what happened to the Duke. Think they'll attack me in there? I think so. Let's go back in there. I want to see what happened to the Duke and see if he's dead. Just riding in the street. I gotta see if he's dead. I mean, last I saw, he looked like he was dying. What the hell? Looks like everything's back to normal. What the? Oh, what the heck? It's like... I came up here. Came through this door. Ah. They've got it locked up. I can't tell if... Obviously, I can't see the door. Ah! Well, that makes... Yeah. I'm pretty sure Lady Webb's dead. On her way to dying, so... Let's see what happens. Yeah, I'm pretty sure she's dead. Guys don't have anything to say. Let's see what's going on over here. Oh, they burned the Temple of Wodica. Oh, that place used to being on fire. It's riding in the street. You know what? Oh, what? Whoa, what's going on here? These are in league with the Animancers. I wouldn't do that. Take back our city. They juking the living hell out. That's none of my business. Okay, well, have a good time. Can't get out of the city like this. Oh, no. Not through the catacombs again. Trapped. I want to get out of there. Ah. Dozens martyred. How's that working out for you guys? I gotta try to get our way out of here. Seen him at the sanitarium. Hey, cut out. No. Don't make me have to kill you. Don't you do it. Don't. I told you not to do it. I told you not to do it. You know what? You're gonna have to die now, fool. I told you not to do it. I told you, fool, not to do it. I told you not to do it. I told you fools not to do that. You want to act a fool. You're lucky I don't have Pellegrina here. I told you fools not to do it. I told you fools not to do it. You must be mental. I told you fools not to do it. Alright, let's go, guys. Okay, we can't get out the city that way. We may have to go through Heritage Hill. Where are we? Okay, so we got Heritage Hill blocked off. That's the side entrance. House, we got that blocked off. Right. I gotta go to Brackenberry. Tracks. Alright, guys. Only place we can get to is Brackenberry, apparently. How's that going for you guys? You've always a lot of food. How's that working out for you, fool? How's that working out for you, fool? What about slaying? You lost more than they did to them. How's that working out for you, fool? Well, that gets to Lady Brackenberry. What are you guys yelling about? Shit, knowing this whole thing's gonna blow up. I did know. I didn't think it would blow up like this. Crap. Who's attacking us? No, you didn't, fool. You must be a fool. Dragon thrust, dragon wailed. That shit drove him mad. The water's running red with blood. It's terrible. Let's try to sneak by without...
They won't see me coming.
Try to...
They shall see nothing while I see much.
Try to sneak by everybody while having to everybody else. Surprised there aren't flames erupting from this place. I know I'm right. I don't even know why I think about these things. I told them to leave. They'd all be dead. Because he's coming. I told them all to leave. Let's see if he survived. I doubt it. He's more likely dead. The dowdy burglar of their wooding farce. Characters in order: Bellamus, the dowdy burglar; Torful, the man of the house; Clanna, the lady of the house; Defenda, the maid; and Araby, an important business. Sitting room of Torful's house. Night. Stage is dark. Door to the room opens and Bellamus enters, holding a candle. He walks slowly through the room, picking up items, examining and placing them. Presently, there's a noise off stage. Bellamus freezes and listens. Torful off stage. Enough of this nonsense. I told you we would be returning early. Clanna said, you said early. You didn't say we would be inexcusably rude. Voices are approaching the door to the sitting room. Bellamus extinguishes the candle and hides behind the chair at the end of the stage. Opposite the door, the door opens. Torful, entering, following by Clanna and Perfenda. Voices even controlled. This meeting is very important, Clanna. My little cowslip. Araby's taking this meeting himself. This is unheard of. Clanna. But Torful. Not another word. Bellamus appears to rule the chair. In exchange, he watches the three interact. When Clanna talks, he's entranced by her. Torful. Perfenda, have all the preparations been made for Araby's arrival? Perfenda. Yes, Lord. Special brandy has been brought from the cellar, and the other refreshments have been prepared as well. Clanna. Other? Torful, don't you dare. Torful. If that's what it takes, Clanna, that's what I will do. Now go prepare yourself for Araby's arrival. We must all look our best. This contract must not fail. All three leave the room. Bellamus stands. Bellamus, who was that vision? Who was that goddess? Who was it that stole my heart just as surely she stole hers? I would steal hers. I must know her. I must meet her. I must have her. But how? I'm not gonna steal from these guys. Man. They're all dead. Until she says it's alright. If she's still alright. If she's dead, she's dead. Oh boy. Everyone's dead as I expected. Alright. Perhaps we'll catch him upstairs, tormenting her. All dead. I knew she knew he was coming for her. Yeah, there she is. There's the brandy. Wonder where the knife is. You knew that he was coming, so you decided you'd finally have that brandy, didn't you, Lady Webb? I know you did. And I know that's why you drank it. Because you knew he would come for you, because you were getting too close. Lady Webb lies still in her bed, an ornate cushion propping her back upright. Blood pool beneath the gash in her chest is tacky and nearly dry. Shattered glass rests on the floor beneath her dangling hand. You can feel the faint aura. How are you doing that, Eder? Step back. Yeah, give me a little room, Eder. Thank you. You feel the faint aura of her fading essence in your kin. Reach out for me. Make contact and are immersed in a torrent of sensory input and experience. When it calms, you find yourself in the same room, lying in bed with a glass of brandy in your hand. Through the walls from the streets outside come the sounds of screams, shattering glass, and a cacophony of an angry mob. Take a sip, and it warms your gullet. Across the room, the door opens. Behind, a patient push. Into the room walks Theos, the floorboards creaking beneath deliberate steps. You wait until the last of the brandy has trickled down your throat before you speak.
I was a fool to think I could tame these people.
You came closer than most.
A fine epitaph.
No worse than any.
You're concentrating, focusing with all of your energy. It feels as though you are diving into a stone wall over and over, but it cracks suddenly, unexpectedly, allowing the vaguest wisp of a thought to leak through.
What's in Twin Elms?
Did you pull that from my thoughts?
I've had time to practice.
He walks over to a small table and raises the half-empty brandy bottle to eye level. He seems to approve of the selection and begins to reach for an empty glass.
I was saving that for someone.
Pity. You know this is how it has to be.
He draws a long, curved knife from his belt, smeared with fresh blood. With his left hand, he gently pins your sternum as you raise the knife in the other, its point dangling above your heart.
Prove it.
There slips. Ah! He slips the knife between your ribs, pushes it through. Layers of flesh separate with brittle, papery stiffness, and blood wells up around the blade. A pulse of reflex causes you to drop your glass to the floor. And you hear it shatter. With the last of your strength, you take his knife, hand in both yours, a question radiant in your mind. For an instant, to your great surprise, the pathway to his mind is left open to you, unguarded, and the answer comes. Simple, cataclysmic in its reordering of your thoughts. As Lady Webb, you feel as though you have an answer you searched for all your life, but in your own mind, Her understanding lies just beyond your reach. You look at Theos with wide eyes of someone seeing for the first time, and draw your last breath as a black velvety darkness descends over you.
Smoke rises above the city walls in billowing plumes that blacken the sky like a storm. Behind the walls, the riots rage on. Known patrons of Animancy are forced into hiding as looters ransack their estates and make off with their possessions. Animancers are torn away from their families and dragged from their homes to be stoned to death in the streets. Word had spread immediately that Duke Avar had been assassinated, and that an Animancer was to blame. The city wasted little time in exacting revenge, and little effort into evaluating guilt. In the center of it all, Brackenberry Sanitarium burned. And down the lane, Hodred House, the last bastion of stability in the Deerwood, had fallen silent. Now safely outside the city gate, your path points eastward to Twin Elms, where Theos is bound, for reasons that remain mysterious as the leaden key itself.
Incredible. The Hermit of Hadrid House is complete. The assassin at large. Where the world am I? Wow. Well, that was quite an experience. And I want to thank you for watching. This is Erik Malkavian, and I have been among the Pillars of Eternity. I will be back. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.